So let me tell you the angle I'm coming from now. Okay? I'm asking these questions particularly because I wish well for the women in my life. I wish well for the women that come on this podcast. Okay? So I am coming at this from the background of healthcare. Okay? It is known that the best time for women to have children, if you really want to have children, the best time for you to have children, all right, is from the ages of 18 to, you push it at worst, 32, 35 at worst. It's the best time for women to have children. Okay? And there's a reason for that. All the children that you will have, all right, you will have been born with the means to have them when you were born. So usually most women are born, by the time you are born and you reach the age of you start having your menses, you usually have about between 300,000 to 400,000 eggs. Okay? I'm a doctor, so I'm telling you, this is not theory now. You have between 300 to 400,000 eggs. Okay? And every single month, all right, you shed about 1,021 of them. Roughly 1,000 of those eggs, immature eggs, they are released. They don't make it to the race. By the time your menses is starting on a monthly basis, 20 of those eggs start to mature. And then usually one egg is ready for fertilization. So if you have sex around the time that egg is released, the person gets pregnant. Whether you get pregnant or you don't get pregnant, at the end of a year, usually, you would have used up 12,000 eggs. Okay? So most women who start their menses, from the time they start their menses to the time in which they stop ovulating, really, they have roughly about like 25 years. Do you understand me? So women who start their menses early, maybe like around the age of 8, 10, 12, usually by the time they are reaching the age of 35, 37, they are near the end. It doesn't mean that they can't get pregnant. It just means that it becomes a bit harder. And it doesn't mean that you won't have some people who at the age of 40, 41, 42, they will not get pregnant easily. But it means that if you take most women around the age of 37 to 40, they find it difficult. And I see these people. I've had people who have walked into my consulting room, in which I'm talking to, and they are struggling to have children, and they can't get pregnant. And there's nothing as painful in this world for women, particularly, than you wanting to have children, you can't have it. Do you understand me? So that's one. The second thing also is that we also know that it is best for people to have children growing up in a house with a man and a woman. All right? Children who are born into single mother houses, all right, they usually don't perform as well as people who are born into houses where they have two parents. Okay, so if we're having this conversation, if you add the two together, it means that for most women, all right, it's important for them to prioritize. If you want to have children, it's important for you. If you want to have children and you want children to turn out well, it's important for you to prioritize having those children on time. It's important for you to prioritize getting married. And we hear a lot. I can't tell the number of women who I meet. There was a particular lady who I attended to. She was shedding tears. She had tried so many things. She had tried IVF. IVF cost millions. Eventually, when she tried IVF and it did not take, she tried like 4 times. As at the time she was doing IVF, a particular cycle of IVF was costing, at that time, it was costing about close to between 2.5 to 3 million. When she could not get pregnant with IVF, she was nearing 40. And she said that some of the eggs that they harvested, if she had known then, she would have tried using a surrogate. Surrogacy is also expensive. Those are problems the person would not have had if she had prioritized having children early. Do you understand me? So we're not having this podcast because, fine, we're cracking jokes and all that. You talk about the issues you face and all that. But somewhere in your life, all right, there's expectation that you're supposed to have children. If you want to have children, it's best you have them in time. It's best you have them with a husband. Do you get me? You guys don't like the way you're looking at me as if this person we've been laughing and then it's like we just enter an elevator and then I just farted in the elevator and closed the door. Okay? So that's the reason why we're having this call. So if I had to advise anybody, if I have a younger sister by the time she's reaching the age of 20, she actually should focus on the things she needs to start a family. And that means that one would have to be a bit much intentional. Unfortunately, the things which we are saying, if you go on social media, you won't hear these kind of things. On social media, the kind of things you hear is people telling you that, go girl, more power to you. Get the bag, get your money, you are the queen, make your money, collect your money and all that. You always get, you can always have children later. A large amount of people nowadays in their 30s, women particularly, are finding it difficult having kids. They are larger than normal. It's the reason why most of our ancestors then, when people were getting to the age of 18, once women start getting the age of 18, they will prefer for them to get married because they understand that the older you get, the harder it becomes. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yeah.
You may not like my conversation or the tone, okay, but take it as if it's coming from a brother.